let's face reality here. Look at his most recent political finance report. Jerry's opponent. All right, he got a large contribution. You know who from? Opponents of this project. Okay. So what is his opponent?
Wait a second.
What is Jerry's opponent?
Okay, hold on a second. I did not know this. Now you're saying
he received, I believe it's $1,000. We got it. We verified it. It's on
from
the
Republic
report.
Services.
Republic Services, who are opposed to this project.
Who have the landfill, right?
Yeah. So they're opposed to it. So Jerry's opponent is out there lobbying, getting money from the people that are opposed to a project that, again, has not cost millions, just $160,000, which is reimbursable. And I just want to say one thing further also. Talk about garbage and ethanol and all that. You know, I'm a sheriff. I'm not familiar with all that stuff. But back in 2007, my predecessor, Jerry's opponent, started an environmental task force, okay? He got $85,000. He went and got $85,000 loan from the Solid Waste Board at that time. Lo and behold, I didn't know anything about this. When I took office, one of my accountants, my bookkeepers, came to me and said, Sheriff, we got a balance in here, $36,000 in some fund. So I start digging. He had this thing in this environmental management task force only going not even 18 months. And I'm looking at the expenditures in this. It's ridiculous what he did with the taxpayers' money, spending this money. He bought luncheons. He bought, with this money, he bought equipment, which we tried to find. Half of the equipment's missing, by the way, cameras, other stuff, and that sort of thing. He bought a $50,000 fence to put around a landfill that he thought was bad. It proved to be unfounded. He bought advertising equipment, pens, pencils, notebooks, and everything else. I mean, what a joke that was. All right, there was nothing done with this task force. Very little done. But he doesn't talk about that. He took $85,000 from the Lake County Solid Waste Management District.
Yeah, and one thing.
Wait a second. Hold on a second, just to follow up on this, because once again, we're talking about stuff that I'm not aware of. So you're saying that $85,000 from solid waste went into a task force. It was a loan to the sheriff's task force on environment.
Right. Mm-hmm. And we've asked for, the Solid Waste Board has asked for
an accounting of it.
Accounting of the spending. Transparency, he never gave us that.
No, what about the environmental his environmental task force? I've asked the officers that were involved in that at the time. Where's the equipment that you were given? Camcorders, other types of equipment, computers and other stuff. We can't find half of it. We don't know where it's at. They had to file lost or stolen police reports on it.
We're talking to Sheriff John Buncich. He is here in support of Gerry Scheub. Jerry is running in the 2nd District for Commissioner here in Lake County. Be able to take some calls tomorrow. We wanted to go through some things. Jerry, as we come to a close here, obviously, starting right here today, you're fighting back.
Well, you know what? I've never fought back in an election. All I've run is on what I've accomplished. But he has pinned me against the wall with false statements, and I just had to respond. But I want to, before we close, I want to say, I know the Hammond Times had an endorsement for him where they just said it's just a real tight race and we give the edge. Here's my endorsements. Lake County Police Local 72, Lake County FOP, Lodge 125, State of Indiana FOP, Greater Northwest Indiana Association of Realtors, Northwest Indiana Building Trades, Northwest Indiana Federation of Labor, United States Steelworkers, Local 1011, Mayor Uran from Crown Point, Mayor Stahura from Whiting, Mayor McDermott from Hammond, Mayor Soderquist from Lake Station, Mayor Snedecord from Hobart, Cedar Lake and Hanover Democratic Precinct Organization, Crown Point Center Township, Winfield Township Precinct Organization, Lowell and South County Precinct Organization, Maryville Precinct Organization, Cherville Precinct Organization, St. John and St. John Township Precinct Organization. These people have endorsed me because I've been able to tell them what I've done positive for Lake County. And I tell you what, I feel very proud of all these endorsements. I knew I wasn't going to get the Hammond Times and counted the ethanol plant. But I got something I'm going to leave you because you're a stockbroker, and sometimes during your free time, I want you to read this. and see what you feel about it. If there might be somebody should have disclosed something, but that's for your private information, not for on the air.
Gerry Scheub is running in the 2nd District, and your time is up, Jerry. You're going to be on tomorrow with Kuziak and Reardon at 8 o'clock, and be able to take some calls tomorrow.
And I'm sorry we have to come on like this, but it's just to defend what we've done.
Well, you don't have to, Jerry. You've been a good and honorable man for several years, a public servant. That's what it's all about. Sometimes you have to take the gloves off, all right? And if your opponent wants to film a commercial, he could come into the Lake County Jail and that he helped run down for the past 8 years, and we'll let him film a commercial in there.
It looks like Jerry's not the only one taking the gloves off, just so you know.
You got it.
All right, AM 1230, WJOB.